No, you're not the only person I know who would have that.
That's true. That's true. But our Black employees at Save the Children, right after not Philando Castile, George Floyd, they all switched their identity or their posts like that to Black Lives Matter, and it was very powerful. So they asked others to do it. So we all did.
That's good. Yeah. Oh, so that's your Save the Children one.
All of this is happening on Save the Children's dime, Anita.
Yes. We appreciate it.
My corporate account, all these recordings, everything. Yes. Which I have checked with Save the Children to make sure that it was okay, but
because it doesn't cost them anything more. So
no, it's our corporate account, but
yeah.
As 3 former Save the Children employees.
Yes.
Laurel,
yes, that's right.
Laurel, you're looking particularly cute today.
Yeah, thank you very much with my little bandana on.
Yeah, it's just a good, you're just looking particularly cute for the end of the workday.
Well, we had a holiday today.
It's a holiday.
This was our July 4th holiday, so I've actually been out at the Potomac hiking with a friend today down, what's it called? Bell Highway? Dana probably knows the name of it better than I do, but it's that long highway that goes down to Mount Vernon. It ends in Mount Vernon and goes all the way up into, so we've been on that trail.
I remember that really well.
Yeah, I used to ride my bike out that way.
Mount Vernon to Arlington to go in to see my grandfather and going into town to see my Aunt Mary.
Yeah.
Good time.
Well, it's funny, there's a big dike there. And so when you go in, there's this huge sign that says Dyke Marsh, because it's a marsh area. And I thought it said Dyke March. So when we arrived, I was like, oh my God, there's a Dyke March here too.
And I didn't bring my drums.
So my friend's like, okay, easy. It's Dyke Marsh. Maybe ducks and cattails and swallows, and that's about it.
Couple of letters.
It's amazing how marshy it is around there. I mean, there's so many little inlets, and I remember we used to live really close to Little Hunting Creek.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I spent so much time in there chasing frogs and turtles, and
Yeah.
It was great.
I haven't spent much time in that area, but there were a lot of people with their kayaks out. It reminded me of you, Rosaline, going out, People had blow-up kayaks as well, where they would inflate them, next to the river and then go out on the water. It's kind of neat.
Oh.
I wonder how those inflatable kayaks work. Has anyone ever used one?
Yeah, we have one.
Does it work? I mean, do you find that it loses air when you're midway through your trip?
No. Well, we haven't been on a really long kayaks with it. We only do a few hours, and by the time we get out of the water, it is a bit. So we bring the pump with us, and then sometimes when we want to rest, we just get out of the river and give it a little bit of boost, and then.
That's smart.
Yeah. But that's so much better than having to have a rack on your car and
exactly.
That's great. Yeah.
We railed against. Well, Neil didn't want to get one for years, and I kept saying, "I think this is a good idea," because all this time we're waiting on getting a real one. We're not actually out on the water in any way. So we've had it. I think this is our second summer with it, and we've used it. Yeah, we've used it a lot.
You guys have used it a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Laurel, I have a question.
Yes.
How close are you to Glasgow, Virginia? It's
oh
near
my gosh!
Lexington.
Again, Dana's like, Dana.
It's funny when so when you said Glasgow, I've not heard of Glasgow, Virginia, but there is a Scotland that's down across the James River from Williamsburg.
It's a little teeny town. There's not much of a town. My sister just bought a house there.
Oh.
Where do you know exactly where it is?
It's right next to Edinburgh.
What's that?
It's right next to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, right. It's just called Glasgow, and it's.
I'm looking it up.
I'm looking it up too.
We're Lex off of 84
It looks cute.
or 81.
About a 3-hour drive from here.
Keep
Oh,
going.
there's something
Yeah,
called
that's
Mohawk Industries in Glasgow.
Oh, wow, it's heading towards the mountains. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that, but that makes sense because Virginia and North Carolina mountains were
Huge.
thick with Scots.
Yeah, so halfway between Charlottesville and Roanoke.
Yeah,
It's I think closer to Charlottesville,
Mhm.
and she said it's near Lexington, but
yeah,
3 hours from their house in Raleigh. So
Mhm.
is what? That's really nice. Very pretty. My Aunt Mary retired to Luray after she left the Senate in DC. She wasn't a senator, she was a secretary.
It sounded impressive, Dana.
Yeah, that sounded really good for a minute there.
Yeah, I thought it was great until I found out who she was a secretary for when I was a little bit older, when I was in college, that she was
German.
Jesse Helms' secretary.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Okay, well, I bet she had some stories to tell. For
Oh,
sure.
I'm sure she did. I used to volunteer at the Humane Society in North Carolina, and when kittens would come in, and you'd have to flip them upside down to see what sex they were. If they were little boys, they called that the Jesse Helms button. I always thought that was really funny. It was like little cock and balls.
Oh, God. Oh dear.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Chris is feeling like he should leave again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Chris is-
No.
He told me about the other day. He's like, oh.
Oh, I wasn't like that. I'm like,
No. It was funny.
He was going to do a duck and roll, except
And so I can't remember, what was the name of the, I'm going to call it a funnel that is the new
the
device.
shiwi. The shiwi.
Shiwi. Oh, you all were talking about shiwis.
We were talking.
It's a
Remember
funnel
Anita?
with a very long
Oh
tube
yeah,
on it.
I bought some in Delhi. You know, they sell them in the market now in Delhi. They don't call them shiwis, but I forgot what they call them.
So, are you all excited by the fact that Hamilton is on TV?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
got
I am
my
thrilled.
1 month non-renewable Disney Plus.
We just did that.
3 hours
They're,
ago.
they're all next door watching it now, so I'm.
Oh,
And you're missing it. Well,
That's okay. I've seen the live show. It's fine.
What is it? What is it on? What is it coming on?
it's on
It's,
Disney Plus,
Disney Plus.
and the
you have
premiere is
to
tonight.
get a subscription to Disney Plus. It started today. We're waiting for Christian, our son, to get here because he's got a subscription to Disney Plus, of course.
Hmm.
So,
He won't
Soon
give
as
you
he
the
gets here, we're
password.
well, he asked us to wait. He would, but we don't have any account. We use our kids' accounts for all of the
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah,
As you
My
should.
daughter, as a
Because we're paying for it anyway.
that's right. One way or the other. So Dawn, you can go on and get a 1 month subscription to Disney Plus for $6.99, and then you can cancel it after you watch Hamilton.
I
And
got you.
whatever other Disney and Pixar movies make you feel nostalgic, which
I do like Disney, and I've heard a bit of Hamilton the last couple months because our friends who've been in town, the 10-year-old
And the
Um,
15-year-old.
and they've been singing the
yeah, they
song.
listen to the soundtrack and
Yeah, they know it by heart.
They
So,
know
yeah.
all the songs, the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Dawn, if you guys like Star Wars, I really enjoyed The Mandalorian, which was also on Disney Plus.
Oh, that's.
I just thought it was really cool because Baby Yoda.
Oh, okay. So we should watch that when Christian's here. He's a Star Wars fanatic.
Yeah, I thought it was
Understatement.
nice.
Are you catching all this, Kate?
Exactly. What do I have to watch?
Good. Movie
Or should I say
recommendations.
check.
All the recommendations.
She's frantically writing things down.
We're waiting until 7 o'clock, which is when the premiere. I mean, I know you can actually watch it now, but we're waiting until 7 o'clock to watch it.
Live?
Yeah, I mean, at the world premiere.
Wow.
Huh. Oh,
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock here.
I'll check into that. Thank you, Laurel.
Okay.